Good morning. It is a matter of delight and great pleasure to know that St. Joseph College of Engineering, Chennai, Tamil Nadu has organized IEEE International Conference ICCAI 2022 on January 28th and 29th, 2022. Further, I feel honored and pleasured to participate as one of the keynote speakers in this event to deliver my keynote address, which is entitled as Computing and Communication, an effective parameter for innovation and research in this present scenario. So let's start. We all know technology innovations have enhanced our way of living. The computing is one such technology that has gradually evolved in the past few decades and plays a vital role in every domain in our life. In simple words, what is computer? A computer is a machine that uses electronics to put, process, store and output data. It has the ability to store, retrieve and process the data. It has made our personal and professional life more efficient and perfect. The present day computers are competent to handle a diversified array of functions and services. 2 decades ago, the computer changed our lives, and it is important to use a computer to survive in our daily lives. A computer is used by every designer. Lot of apps are there that designers can use. Then engineers are also using computers for its day-to-day activities. Then doctors, lot of applications like Medscape, Cario, Epocrates, UpToDate, Dynamed Plus, Lexicomp, Omnino, Visual Deluxe, etc. There are many applications that doctors are also using. Then teachers and students, scientists, they all are using in their everyday assignments these computers. Computers have supported the business organizations, banking industry, every field they have supported with their technology. Let's start with our home. We go to our home, we use a computer for internet surfing, buy or sell online goods, carry out online banking transactions. Children use these computers for playing games, chatting, then making audio and video calls, watching movies. Smart TV is also an inbuilt computer system that enables us to watch online movies, listen to the songs, music, TV programs and other entertainment activities when connected to the internet via Wi-Fi. Computers have modernized the education system also, resulting in an innovative learning system. Computers with electronic whiteboards have created a better visual learning experience for students. This pandemic that has been caused by COVID-19, now we are also, the Omnicorn has also come there. This is also COVID-19 type. This COVID-19 pandemic has brought a tremendous change in our daily lives and even the education system. The people, the teachers, the parents, students who were not even aware about the IT and who didn't even think to use this IT are using these applications like Zoom, Team, Google Meet, WebEx, etc. and computer. This COVID has forced everybody to learn computer, use IT in their daily lives. Connecting to the internet helps students access to never-ending information. Computers are predominantly used in the field of science. Scientists, researchers, innovators have been using computers even before it was known to many people. It serves as their ideal tool for their experiments, research knowledge, sharing and record keeping, etc. This computer is used in launching space satellites, helps maintain spacecraft and functioning of other advanced technologies. Computers have revolutionized communication process. Our day-to-day communications are now done on digital platforms that use computer for their operations. We use smartphones to have voice or internet enabled video calls, send or receive emails, assist those having difficulty in speaking next generation of computing technologies are evolving from the emergence of new technologies and research areas such as distributed computing like telecommunication networks, telephone networks, cellular networks, real-time process, parallel computation, and many. Artificial intelligence like natural language generation, speech recognition, machine learning platforms, decision management, deep learning platforms, and robotic process automation. Machine learning, image recognition, speech recognition, virtual personal assistant, online fraud detection, and many more. And deep learning like virtual assistants, then chatbots, service bots, image colorization, medicine and pharmaceuticals, personalized shopping and entertainment, then cloud computing, after that parallel computing, then grid computing. What is grid computing? Grid computing is a corporation that allocates a set of computer nodes running in a cluster to jointly perform a given task like distributed supercomputing, high throughput supercomputing, on demand supercomputing, collaborative supercomputing, then grid computing in movie industry, grid computing in gaming industry, and grid computing is there in life industry and other related areas. It can also concentrate all computation resources and manage automatically through the software without intervening. Apart from this, today in present scenario, computer technologies and IT architectures are also struggling to meet our new requirements. These solutions currently being developed by researchers include trusted computing, neuromorphic computing, and quantum computing. Neuromorphic computing uses the human brain as a model for hardware and computing platforms, semiconductor technologies, chip design, architectures, and algorithm in order to increase the performance and energy efficiency of computing systems, including mobile and edge applications. Now, we are seeing that computing is also used in this innovation and research. The computing and communication always plays an important role in innovation and research. Internet, we all know, before anybody starts any innovation, any work, any research, he or she often now wants to quickly learn about the possible issues, possible topics of study for innovation by searching available sources of information. Nearly all academic journals are available online now, and this next generation computing, advanced computing, is making it more easy and more safe to do a quality work. Then in information storage, to store the information, computers play a very important role. Computers store vast amounts of information. You can quickly and efficiently organize and search information, making for easier retrieval than paper storage. You can store your data in multiple formats. Some researchers conduct their research online, often through the use of surveys. Computers are very useful and important when their large data sample is used. It has many storage devices. In it, data can be used from these storage devices and retrieved later on. There are computational tools that are also used in this research and innovation process. Computers began as powerful calculators, and that service is important to research today. Regardless of the amount of data you have, you can do more with it with the computer's help. Statistical programs, modeling programs, tools are all possible because of computing only. Researchers can use information in new ways. Then coming communication. Building knowledge through research requires communication between experts to identify new areas requiring research and debating results. Before computers, this was accomplished through papers and workshops. Now the world's experts can communicate via emails, web chats, WhatsApp, and many more ways of communication. Information can be spread via virtual conferences using Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, Teams, etc. Many applications are there by which you can do these virtual conferences. Knowledge from marginalized groups such as foreign scholars, foreign experts, scientists from other countries, it is also now available. Then coming mobility, researchers or innovators can take computers anywhere, make it easier to conduct field research and collect data. New areas of research in remote areas or at community level are opened up by the mobility of computers. All this is possible only due to the advanced and modern computing in this digital world. Computer is used in research and innovation immensely, and it is an important tool. Nowadays, research process is done through computers. There are various steps necessary to effectively carry out research, and the desired sequencing of these steps in the research process is possible only due to computing. There are a lot of phases of research. Research process has 5 major phases that I will discuss now. First is conceptual phase. In this phase, formulation of research problem, then a review of literature, a theoretical framework, and formulation of hypothesis. All this comes under the conceptual phase of research. Computer helps in searching the existing literature. It helps in finding the relevant existing research papers so that the researcher can find out the gap from the existing literature. Bibliographic references can also be stored through World Wide Web. In the latest computers, references can also be written automatically in different styles like APA, American Psychological Association style, and MLA style. MLA is not that member of Legislative Assembly. No, it is Modern Language Association style. It is a style of references. This saves the time of the researcher. He needs not to visit libraries and waste his time. It helps the researcher or innovator to know how theoretical framework can be built. Then design and planning phase. In this phase of research, computing plays a very important role. Computer can be used for deciding population, sample questionnaire designing, and data collection. There are different internet sites which help to design the questionnaire. Several softwares can be used to collect the sample size. It makes pilot study of research possible. In pilot study, sample size calculation, standard deviations are required. Computing helps in doing all these activities. Then coming empirical phase of the research. Computer helps in collecting data and in data analysis. After collecting data, it is stored in computers, in Word files, Excel sheets, etc. The important applications used in scientific research are data storage, data analysis, scientific simulations, instrumentation control, and knowledge sharing. Necessary corrections are made or edited when it is required. Otherwise, it will be a time-consuming process. Computers help in referring, editing, and managing of data. Computers allow for greater flexibility in recording the data and has made the analysis of data very easy. In research preparation and inputting data is also more labor intensive. It consumes much more time for data to be converted in a form which is very easy and very less time consuming with the help of computing. It can be coded on Excel sheets also. These Excel sheets can be directly opened with the statistic software for analysis. Then coming data analysis phase of research. Data analysis and interpretation can be done with the help of computers. For data analysis, softwares are available. Different softwares can be used. These software help in using the techniques for analysis like average, percentage and correlations, etc. These softwares are SPSS, STATA, and SysStat, etc. These can be used for checking reliability of data, establishing and testing hypotheses, etc. Computers are used in interpretation also. They can check the accuracy and authenticity of the data. It helps in drafting tables by which a researcher can interpret the results easily. These tables give a clear proof of interpretation made by the researcher. Then research dissemination phase. After interpretation, computer helps in converting the results into a research article or research report which can be published. It can be written in a Word format or converted into a PDF format. Articles can be stored and published on the website and various journals. Now this IT, this computing has made one thing also very easy, that is plagiarism, to check the copied matter. Plagiarism, you might know, plagiarism is a crime and we should not commit it. It is a punishable activity, so we should not perform plagiarism can be checked. There are many online tools like Turnitin and many more other tools or applications are available on the internet that can check the plagiarism. Grammatical mistakes, grammatical tools are also available to check the spellings and mistakes, many more things. It has made very easier. Turnitin, that is a very reliable plagiarism checker tool, and it is also used in many universities, institutions to check the even the PhD thesis, MPhil thesis, MTech thesis. Turnitin is a very reliable plagiarism checking tool. Then comes referencing part. After completing the Word document, a researcher need to give source of literature studied and discussed in the references. Computers help in preparing the references. References can be written in different styles. I have already told you different styles: APA style, MLS style, etc. All the details of authors, journals, research papers, book volumes, and other sources from where the data has been discussed or taken can be written with the help of the computer, and it automatically changes the information into the required style. Some softwares are also available there which help in this referencing part of the research. So one of these softwares is Mendeley. Mendeley are also used to manage the references. A researcher need not to worry about remembering all the articles from where literature is taken. It can be easily managed with the help of Mendeley. All this is only due to the computing and this IT in this digital world. Then computers can also be used in scientific research. Scientists, engineers and researchers alike are able to compile vast amounts of data and leave it into the computer to work through the data while focusing on another area of the research project. This creates research results with fewer errors and better engineered products. First is complex data analysis. Computers used in scientific research have the ability to analyze data in ways and at speeds not possible with the human eye. Then solving mathematical equations. Scientific research often requires that complex mathematical equations be solved in order to determine if data is valid or if a certain structure of molecules will remain stable. Computers are integral to this calculation process since scientists can write software programs specifically to provide answers to such questions. Then prediction modeling. Scientists and researchers are able to use computer programs to model how data might manifest itself in the future. This ability is useful in many ways, like in predicting climate patterns, stimulating how engineered products might perform in the field, predicting the erosion rate of beaches, and anticipating the absorption rate of medication in the body. Scientists and engineers are then able to adjust building strategies or chemical composition of products to ensure safe operation and consumption. Then supercomputers are also there available. They are used for highly calculation intensive tasks such as problem involving quantum mechanical physics, weather forecasting, climate research, including research in global warming, molecular modeling, computing the structures and properties of chemical compounds, biological macromolecules and polymers, etc. So lastly, I would like to conclude my topic. Next generation computing, advanced computing can be used for making research and innovation more effective. It saves the time of researcher as well as innovator and gives more accurate and fast results. Lastly, in one line, I will say this computing and communication is very much necessary, very much mandatory to uplift this research and innovation area in this present scenario. So, lastly, once again, my sincere thanks and deep regards to the organizers of this IEEE International Conference on Advances in Computing, Communication and Applied Informatics ACCAI 2022 and St. Joseph College of Engineering, Chennai, Tamil Nadu for giving me an opportunity to deliver my keynote address.